You some news now coming in from Syria. It's breaking news. The Syrian army has announced that it will suspend all military activities in Aleppo's Sheikh Maksoud district starting at 3 p.m. local time. The decision was confirmed by the state reports. Details surrounding the suspension remain unclear as of now, but the move comes amid ongoing tensions in the region. Now moving ahead, let's cover news on Greenland, where Parliament is speeding up a session to respond to U.S. threats over control of the Arctic island. The move comes after U.S. President Donald Trump said the United States must own Greenland to keep Russia or China from gaining influence in the strategically vital mineral-rich territory. Leaders of all 5 political parties in Greenland's assembly issued a united statement rejecting U.S. pressure. They said they do not want to be Americans or Danes. They want to be Greenlanders. The rescheduled meeting is meant to ensure a thorough debate and protect the rights of Greenland's people. The date has not yet been set. Meanwhile, while people of Greenland are reacting with growing concern, many say the island was largely invisible before President Trump's remarks. Now they say the attention feels overwhelming. Let's in fact listen into what some of the Greenlanders have to say.
Greenland have been like invisible before Trump. With the Trump, it's visible. In the beginning, it's very good, but now it's a little bit too much. So he pushed the bottom too hard. We have been at a colony in so many years. We are not ready to be a colonized again, but to work with another country does not mean we will be part of it.
All right, joining me in this discussion now is Himanshu Gulati, who is former Norwegian MP, and he joins us from Cyprus. Thank you very much, Mr. Gulati, for joining me in this discussion. What does Trump's threat really mean for NATO? Let's begin with that question.
Thank you for inviting me, and as a sitting member of parliament in Norway and also deputy chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee in the Norwegian parliament, this is definitely something that affects us a lot. The NATO alliance is extremely important for Europe and the United States, and this friction that has been created, this uncertainty that has been created between two NATO members is something that impacts the whole foreign policy situation of the West. We, of course, hope this will be sorted out. It is not acceptable that two alliance members threaten each other in this way that we've seen happen, and they should respect each other's sovereign borders.
Yeah. How do you respond to Trump's claims when he says that China or Russia will take over Greenland if the U.S. doesn't?
There definitely is a concern in the Arctic and also other parts of the world of Chinese influence, and we've seen President Trump use that concern also in Panama and other places where he has made statements. We in Norway are also concerned over countries like China having increased influence in the Arctic and what that would mean for our security. So that is a valid concern, but it's not a reason for two allies to go at each other in the way we are now seeing, and it's definitely no reason for the United States to challenge the sovereignty of other Western countries and other NATO countries.
Mr. Gulati, Trump has said that he has not yet offered money to buy Greenlanders, but he may do so. Do you think there is a third option, such as the Compact of Free Association, that can be explored, one that is already there of the U.S. with Palau and Micronesia?
So the thing is, the future of Greenland should be decided by Greenlanders, and it's today a part of the Kingdom of Denmark, and it is therefore also up to the Kingdom of Denmark how they solve this situation with Greenlanders. I could ask the same situation back if somebody came offered money to India to buy Andaman Islands or some other part of India. I don't think it's about the price or the money. It's about the principle of sovereignty for all free countries, and also that in areas that have self-governance like Greenland, it should be up to the people as well, not any third party or any third countries to make decisions on behalf of others.
All right. right, Mr. Gulati, then what does this really mean for Denmark? Because we also know that a majority of Greenlanders also want independence from Denmark. With the US trying to take control of the territory, is this an opportunity for Greenlanders to exercise their independence from Denmark as well?
So Greenlanders should have the right to make their opinion about their own sovereignty, regardless of this situation, and that has been in the process for quite a few years. While what this question is about is how sovereign countries and also members of the same alliance treat each other, and we Norway and all European countries who have made statements are very firmly behind Denmark, that the statements from the United States are not okay, and that this issue is up to Denmark and Greenland themselves to resolve, not something for the United States to push their will through.
Mr. Gulati, would you say there is a legal framework in NATO that prevents such a hostile acquisition?
Friends, allies don't threaten each other with a military intervention. That should be a principle, whether written or unwritten. So this definitely does create tension, but I still hope this will be resolved in a decent and dialogue-wise manner.
And what does this kind of strategic annexation that Trump is talking about mean for other allies which are not as mighty as the US?
Well, Trump's statements definitely does create uncertainty, which is not good. We are living in a world of very heightened security and geopolitical tension, whether it's the war in Ukraine, whether it's challenges with other parts in the world, in the Middle East. So we should focus on resolving those issues in a peaceful manner rather than opening new venues of tension and friction.
All right, finally, what does this really mean about environment? What are the environmental consequences that we can see once if and once the territory is acquired and the US begins business interests and exploring the rare earth elements there?
First of all, I think it's a long way ahead. If anything will happen here, this is still and I hope nothing will happen, because this is not the way that international relations should be conducted in. But there is no doubt Greenland has a huge potential, like many other places, for minerals, for perhaps energy resources, and then that should be decided by the people of Greenland. And I hope that utilization of those resources happen independently of what decision Greenland makes on their own sovereignty.
Mr. Gulati, now Trump is very certain that he wants to take over Greenland. What really are the options with Greenland to prevent this kind of hostile takeover? What kind of negotiations should it explore to have with Trump and US administration?
So, Trump is without doubt a very unusual president who conducts his foreign policy in a very unusual way. I could also use the example of India. The one-sided way of putting such a high tariff on India and other countries is often Trump's way of doing things, and we see the same when he's dealing with Greenland. But we also know now from experience that these tactics are sometimes to press forward a compromise solution, and it's not often a representation of his end game. So I hope and think that this may be his way of trying to reach more U.S. influence in Greenland. But I hope the matter will again be settled in a more decent manner.